Most people fail at losing weight, not because they're lazy, but because they just don't understand how to get there. So in this video, I'm gonna break down step by step exactly how you can get there the easiest, safest, and fastest way possible. So you wanna lose fat? This is exactly how you're gonna do it. Cutting means being in a caloric deficit. If you eat this many calories and you burn this many calories, you're gonna stay the same. So if you put yourself in a deficit, you eat less calories than what you burn in a day, I guarantee you will lose weight no matter what. Now, it doesn't matter the supplements you take, it doesn't matter the training you do, it doesn't matter the amount of runs you go on or the diet you stick to. If it isn't in a caloric deficit, you're not gonna lose weight. It can vary for people. People's maintenance can be at different places. Some people's caloric deficit can be way lower or higher than others, but for you, you need to find your caloric deficit in order to cut. So, why do people fail at caloric deficits? It's for three main reasons. Those three reasons are they're going too aggressive, they have no structure, or it's unsustainable. Now, what I mean by these three is they're dropping their calories way too low, which isn't gonna be sustainable, and it's gonna make you suffer. They have no structure, so they have no plan. They're just dropping calories, eating less, and praying or hoping for the best. That's never gonna get you anywhere, and it's unsustainable. So if you cut your calories too low or do too much cardio, it's not sustainable to live like that every day. So it's never gonna last. Having all of these in your cut is gonna lead to sticking to it during the week, Monday to Friday, but the moment that weekend hits, your structure is gone, and all those cravings hit you, so you're gonna end up binging on a Saturday night and go right back to square one, and then you'll go in an endless loop in circles until you get nowhere. So do not be too aggressive with your deficit. So that begs the question, how do you not be too aggressive? And I'll tell you because it's really simple. You should be in a deficit from your maintenance of about 300 to 500 calories at a maximum. Now, why I say that is anything more than this for a long period of time is going to be unsustainable for 90% of people. Now, keep in mind, your maintenance calories is gonna be different than your neighbors, your mothers, your sisters, things like that. Everybody's gonna be different. So you need to find your maintenance calories first and then drop that by 300 to 500 at a max. And in terms of measurement, with this kind of deficit, you're gonna lose about 1.5 pounds a week, and that's exactly where you wanna be. Unless you're over 300 pounds, losing more than 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week is gonna be too much, unsustainable, and you're just gonna gain it right back at the end of your deficit period. Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody, but this is for like 85 to 90% of people. Now, what you eat is going to matter as well, specifically protein. Now, why I say this is because protein is going to help you maintain muscle mass and keep you satiated while you lose weight. It's definitely going to be a macronutrient that is a non-negotiable for everybody. And why I say that is when you go hit the gym and when you're lifting the weights, you're going to want to be building muscle and losing fat. If you're not getting enough protein, your body's just gonna lose weight no matter where it comes from. And that could be muscle, which is obviously not what we're going for. We wanna be losing fat. So while you work out, if you have enough protein, your body's gonna start to build muscle while you lose the fat. Protein is also one of the most satiating macronutrients. So what that means is it's gonna make sure you stay full for longer while you're in a deficit period. Don't fight against yourself and eat foods that are not gonna make you feel full and make you end up hungry in another 30 minutes after eating, especially when you're in a deficit. Now, in terms of amount, you should be aiming for 1 gram per pound of body weight. So if you're 170 pounds, you should be aiming for about 170 grams of protein. Now, this is not always gonna be the easiest thing to track. So if you think tracking macros is gonna be too difficult for you, there are other ways you can aim to hit this. And those other ways is gonna be in a form of a hand portion. So you should be eating about 3 meals a day. And each meal you wanna aim for about 1 palm size or more of protein. And what I mean by that is say you're having chicken or beef in your meal, you should look at your palm and have about that much protein or chicken or beef or whatever in each meal, if not more. And then that should get you close to the 1 gram per pound of body weight. And it's gonna be a super easy way for you to track it. Now, in terms of food, you should be aiming for simple meals. Don't overcomplicate it and make your workday harder. If you find a meal that works well for you, that you enjoy eating and is easy to cook, just make a ton of it and eat it every day. I know it sounds like it sucks, but I promise you it won't. Would you rather have a meal ready to go that you enjoy eating or panic every day to try and hit your macros right before you're heading to work and making a meal? Obviously, you're gonna wanna aim for the simple. If you can find meals that work, just put them on a repeat daily so you don't have to stress about what you're gonna eat and how much protein it's gonna have. You always want to make sure your life is simple and there's not a ton of barriers or hoops for you to jump through to get to your protein and macro goals. So if you can prepare in advance, it's going to make your life so much easier. If you don't have simple meals and you don't prepare in advance, you're more likely to hit your lunch break and go eat out because it's a much easier option than trying to figure out what to eat when you have nothing with you. Now let's talk about training. Weights are going to be way more of a priority for you than cardio in your fat loss phase. The reason for that is because cardio, while it can be good to put you in a bigger deficit by burning more calories, it's not going to have the same benefits as weights. Weights are going to help you prioritize building muscle in this deficit, which is going to be super important because you don't want to be losing muscle while you're cutting, you just want to be losing fat. Now, for how much of these you should be doing, I would aim for anywhere from 3 to 5 times per week. The reason I say that is because 5 is going to be amazing, but it's not sustainable for everybody's schedule. So if you can get in the gym and lift some weight at least 3 times a week, I guarantee you, you will see some amazing results. So anything within there is going to be good. Don't be too hard on yourself if you can't get in the gym 5 days a week. Specifically, doing more weights than cardio is going to tell your body that you need the muscle. So when it looks to lose fat or when it looks to lose weight, it's going to prioritize losing the fat over losing the muscle, because I'm sure you want to see your muscle when you lose weight. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is your progress. You need to track it. If you don't track it, body dysmorphia is going to get to you and you're going to get nowhere. Now, what I mean by track it is 3 different things. What you should be tracking is your body weight daily, photos of your physique at least once a week or every other week, and the weights that you're using in the gym. Why these are going to be important? Because doing your body weight daily is going to tell you which direction your body weight is moving in. It is normal for your body weight to fluctuate day to day, so if you can get a weekly average, you're going to be much more accurate in seeing where your body is going. But it is normal for it to vary day to day, so don't be stressed if your weight goes up one day and then down the next. Second is going to be photos. I promise you this is going to be the most beneficial thing you can do. You're going to be seeing progress in photos when you compare now to a month ago. And if you don't take photos, it's going to be a lot harder to see. If you think about it, you see yourself in the mirror every single day, so it's really hard to see the change that you're making, but you're going to be so proud of yourself when you look back on the photos you took when you started. And the last one is going to be your weights. Make sure you track the weights you're using in the gym, because if you don't, how do you know you're progressing? You need to be progressing in your weights. So if you can track and say, oh, I did 12 reps of 85 pounds, so this time let's shoot for 13 reps or 12 reps of 90 pounds. And that way you can continually progress in the gym as well. Now, I guarantee you, if you stick to all of those tips, you for sure are going to see weight loss and you're going to be looking amazing by summer. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments and I'll try to respond as fast as I can.